loud makeup, loud laughter, loud talk, loud clothes. One can go blinded, actually blinded sometimes, towards the reality behind their artificiality. Let's see. Namaste and welcome to shilparamyog. This whole thought came to my mind looking at a tree, a completely dry tree without leaves on it, but with fruits hung carefully, fresh fruits hung on it. I was traveling from Srinagar to Pahalgam. On the way falls this apple valley. It is full of greenery on both the sides of the road with apple orchards. September, October is the season when that whole green valley goes red with the color of the apples. But as I had gone a little earlier, I did not expect any fruit laden tree. And to my surprise, the moment I entered one of the orchards, there was not one but two trees decorated so well with apples on it. They were completely dry and yet decorated with apples. And so a lot of people started making fun. What a weird way of attracting travelers. Yet they started posing for selfies and photographs and videos and all. I too was one of them. I also posed in front of the tree. But I thought how creative it was of those people there to give us an experience of the Apple Valley to whatever minimal level, to whatever you can say artificial level. But do remember, the apples were real and the tree was also real, though it was dry. So I thought, yes, they have done it artificially, but it gives us a lot of joy to watch it. If not shade, at least a smile on our face. So why not appreciate it? A lot of times we start, judging, criticizing, labeling. Why can't we accept the artificiality when it is for goodness sake? The other major attraction of this Apple Valley was freshly made apple juice and served to the visitors. If I may say, it tasted like nectar. Don't you believe me? Watch how this boy is relishing it. I talked earlier about the loud personalities. The exterior may be loud, but from within, they might be very soft, kind-hearted, meek, submissive, fearful, or even depressed. It's very difficult to guess. I'll give you an example of a friend of mine. She lost her teenage daughter. It's an irreparable loss. Yet if you meet her now, she is impeccably dressed. Wears nice bright makeup. She's mostly dressed in bright colored clothes with matching accessories and nail polish and all. Does it mean that she doesn't miss her daughter? No, maybe that's her way of trying to come out of the pain. Or maybe it's her way of telling the world, Do not remind me of that incident. I am trying to recover in my manner. Another example is of a friend of mine who is 60 plus and lost her husband. She stays close by, and so I decided to give her an unannounced visit. It was a weekday. I didn't expect her to go anywhere but be at home. So I rang the bell and was taken in by surprise, looking at her perfectly dressed as if she's going for a concert. So naturally, I said, "Sorry, I had no idea you were going out." I excused myself. But she said, "I'm not going anywhere. I am at home." My husband used to have his off on Wednesdays, and so we used to go out on every Wednesday. And the memory of those wonderful outings with my dear husband, I still enjoy dressing up, as I can sense, I can feel him around me. Now it may sound weird to us, but this was her logic, her reason, her way of dealing with pain. There are very highly exuberant people. They talk unnecessarily, they are loud, they love to laugh, they are full of life, they are highly gregarious in nature. But somewhere, maybe they are hiding a lot of pain within them. There are so many emotions, and they don't want people to see the true emotion. So they express it in a way that is comparatively socially acceptable. If you go on crying, after some time, people will give up on you. If you're always whining and complaining, nobody wants to be with you. If you're always sad-faced, nobody wants to be with you. Yet, the irony of life is, people are okay with those who are sad-faced, who are unhappy most of the times, but not acceptable towards those who are trying to overcome their sadness, their problems, their fears through a certain artificiality. I think as long as you're not harming anybody, it is perfectly all right to be the way you want to be. This reminds me of something I had read recently. Along with aesthetic makeup, what is making trend is ugly makeup. And this also started due to a reason. There was a makeup artist who did not have enough money to buy certain quality products and dress up their models in those proper expensive kind of clothes. So she came out with this idea of doing makeup in an ugly manner, and it hit like this. It became famous on Insta and everywhere else. People want to try new things. Novelty is the spice of life. But when it comes to others, we don't want to accept them with their different ways of experimenting with their way of overcoming pain, of overcoming problems. And this is not limited to makeup or dressing sense or talking. It is also about a smile. If you're standing and posing for a photograph, you are often corrected by saying, "Oh, smile naturally, your smile is too artificial." But probably that is how I smile naturally. So behind artificial looking smiles, also there are deep, deep, deep reasons. And people say, don't trust those with artificial smiles. Precisely, we really need to understand what is going behind those smiles. Precisely, We don't know what's behind those artificial smiles. So try and understand. Be kind. Be empathetic. If not, simply let them be. But I want to bring in a different perspective with a short incident in Mullah Nasruddin's life. Mullah had this weird habit of wearing a pumpkin ring necklace around his neck, and he would not take it off ever. So once when he was traveling and he stayed in a hostel, the other visitor observed this. He thought, let me play a trick on Mullah. So while Mullah was fast asleep, he removed the necklace and wore it around his neck. When Mullah woke up, he saw this person with the pumpkin ring necklace around his neck. And Mullah thought, I know the person wearing the pumpkin ring necklace is me. But then, who is this? Who am I? We all have our defense mechanisms, and it's okay. But it shouldn't happen that when you are without the makeup, you don't realize your own self. Or when you don't wear certain kind of clothes, you feel lost. Being artificial yet real is fine. But slowly, gradually, you have to wean off yourself from this and move towards being real. I request you to please close your eyes and think of times in your life when you have been unduly judged by somebody. Now think of some incident where you misjudged someone due to their appearance. If you are comfortable, mention this in the comment box. This will help create awareness for others in the future. Before judging anybody, before labeling anybody, before criticizing people because of their appearances, before calling them artificial. Please keep commenting to establish a nice communication between you and me. If this talk has created awareness, then definitely like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell icon so that we can meet more often. See you soon. Namaste.